you afraid for your life when you walk the streets of your city in Canada? Well, you should be. I'm going to read, it's July 26th, Saturday. I'm going to read a story from my local news portal. I am editing out a lot of information because I don't want this guy's name coming across my lips because I am literally, even though I've got a big mouth and I'm not afraid of much, I'm afraid this guy would come to kill me. So listen to this. A longtime offender in blank city who once fatally stabbed an innocent man on a Kelowna bus is back behind bars. Blank, fill in the name, was arrested in blank city on June 30th after he was allegedly found with a stolen vehicle. He is now facing charges of possessing stolen property, driving while disqualified, and 2 counts of breaching his probation. Following a bail hearing in blank city on Thursday, he was denied bail. Blank, fill in the name, at just 36 years of age, has a long criminal history dating back to his youth, with 66 prior adult convictions. His most notorious offense occurred in 2014 when he fatally stabbed blank, fill in the name, on a city transit bus. And I remember this story. The man he killed was a wonderful human being from all accounts. Not that that's relevant, but when you read, he killed just an. Anyway, the convicted was in a drug-fueled state of psychosis at the time and had never met the victim prior to the completely unprovoked attack. So justice system, folks. He pled guilty to manslaughter in 2016 and was handed a 7-year jail sentence. But with credit for time served, his sentence expired in December 2020. So he essentially got 4 years from the time he was convicted for stabbing a guy on a bus. Pat King, the Freedom Convoy, is about to get sentenced to 2 to 5 years for the Freedom Convoy. There's our justice system. There's our government. There's a protection of people in this country, folks. Anyway, since his release, he's been in and out of jail, racking up additional convictions for assault, driving while disqualified, possessing a stolen vehicle, and multiple breaches of court order. He was most recently released from custody this past November on a 12-month probation order, but the court heard that he had been slipping as of late when it came to abstaining from drug use. Side note, in seeking his release on bail on Thursday, defense counsel, I'm going to say her name, in my city, if you're in my city, Melissa Lowe, highlighted that it has been some time since the release was last before the court, asking the judge to give him a chance. Melissa Lowe, she's a lawyer in my city, folks. If you know her, spit on the ground on which she walks. This woman will do anything for a buck. He's been doing his best to comply with the challenges that he deals with, the lawyer said. He's been struggling with any blah, 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 blah. This woman would defend anybody for an almighty buck, defense lawyers, right? As part of his bail plan, the accused said he planned to live at a certain address, but using Google Maps, the Crown prosecutor said the actual address doesn't exist. After some discussion, the court determined that he planned to live at a different address a couple blocks away. This is a house well known to police. It's in the news. There was a significant search there in October of 2025 where a large amount of drugs and weapons were seized. Anyway, this guy, this is our city. This is our justice system. Kills a guy, gets 4 years, 66 convictions. At what point, the 3-strike rule that is, I believe in the States is a little much, and it's talked about here. Maybe that, that's maybe a little much. 66 probably should be in jail for life. Probably should be in jail for life. Last, I'm going to tell a story. About 10 years ago, I was walking the streets of my city, and I observed a small woman, like not even close to 5 feet tall, gets pushed to the ground, like straight armed, spat at by a guy that was 6'5", big dude, scary looking dude. Turned out he was from, I believe, Albania. So I followed him. I phoned 911, followed him for probably 20 minutes while I'm on with 911. He walks into a Starbucks in my city. Cops show up. As he comes out, he gets arrested. And this was a scary looking individual. I got a big mouth. I'll do a lot of things. I would tackle a lot of people that were big, not this guy. Anyway, a few months later, I get to court. The lady that was assaulted is in court. Charges were stayed. She wasn't told, I wasn't told. There's our justice system, right? Anyway, happy Saturday. Watch your backs, folks.